Guess what time it is? It's time for Little Fish Dragon Reviews. Welcome back, Dragon Riders. Little Fish here bringing you another Dragon's Review. Today, I'll be featuring all things Hideous Zippleback. So this episode is going to be dedicated to all things Barf and Belch, everybody's favorite two-headed dragon. At the moment, I only have a small collection of Hideous Zippleback toys, so let's get started. And I believe I'm going to begin with the smallest Hideous Zippleback first, what I'm calling Baby Zippleback. This little guy came out of the Series 2 of the Hatch Your Own Dragon Eggs, which was a dragon egg-shaped ball that you would drop in water. It would fizz and dissolve and turn the water orange, and you would get one of 4 dragons. I believe that there were other versions released around the world, but these are the ones that we got in America. And just for a size comparison, I'm going to put this little guy down so you can see how big he is compared to a few coins. So we have the little dragon as compared to an American quarter, a Kiwi dollar, and a 2-pence coin. And you can tell by the coin size that the little Zippleback is really small. And now that you know how small he really is, let's take a closer look. He's pretty simple, still has a lot of detail for such a tiny little figure. Not too much detail in the paint department, because only his eyes have been colored, but I bet it would be pretty difficult to paint one of these in detail. He's got a little code on his neck, I guess to determine which dragon he is. Pretty cute. And when I said that this was Series 2, there was a Series 1 when the first movie came out, but the dragons that came with those eggs had nothing to do with the movie at all, and they had interchangeable parts that you could swap dragon pieces. For example, these were 2 of the dragons that I got from Series 1. Totally nothing to do with How to Train Your Dragon, but they were marketed as How to Train Your Dragon figures, so off they go. And I'm very glad that they remade the dragon eggs with How to Train Your Dragon characters, and I kind of wish that they had made more. Next up we have the How to Train Your Dragon blind bag, which isn't really much of a blind bag because it not only has a window so you can see the character, but it also has their name on the outside of the bag. I kind of like that so you know what you're getting, so you don't have to pick through and try to feel and ruin the bags. Plus also, it prevents people from stealing them out of the bags when they're trying to find out which character is in the bag. So that's pretty convenient. Takes away from the surprise of the blind bag, but it makes it a lot easier and a lot safer for the product. So it's for Dreamworks Dragons battle figure. These little minifigures also came in the battle sets. I believe one dragon would come with some kind of trap. They are for ages 4+. Considered small, choking hazard. I'm not going to take him out of the package, so we'll just have a little bit of a close-up with him inside. There's not a lot of paint detail on him either. He does have some shadowing on his back and the tips of his wings. That's about it. And this is the back of the bag, just with the main 5 dragons. It's made by SpinMaster and released by Dreamworks. These figures are actually pretty cool, and I'm glad they sold them apart from the action sets, because some people just want the dragons and not the weapons. Now on to the next figure. But first I'm going to just show the packaging that the minifigure came in. During this set they released 4 figures, and there are variants of these 3 with dragon racing paint on them. They're pretty cool, but unfortunately I did not get any of them. Released actually in 2013 by SpinMaster and Dreamworks. Might still be able to find some of these in stores. The Burke Training Academy for Dragons symbol, and the symbol for the Hideous Zippleback. And here we have the Belch and Barf Zippleback figure released by SpinMaster and for the release of Defenders of Burke. The SpinMaster minifigures, I have to say, are fantastic minifigures. So much detail for such a tiny little toy, or in my case, collectible. And they're really awesome. They are for ages 4+. I love how one head has its mouth open, the other one is closed. And the paint detail on this one is certainly a lot better than those last 2 minifigures. And I just love the way that they sculpted these minifigures. Not sure if you can see all the spotting detail on his back, but there's all different kinds of scale patterns. The heads do move, which was also quite a surprise. I'm not sure if they're supposed to do that, but I like that they do. You can have them facing any which way, have them fighting, not talking to each other, or just chilling. So this is the SpinMaster's mini dragon figure. I have a lot more to show off, but this is the Zippleback special, so I will be showing another Zippleback figure. This figure has apparently been out for a while, but I've only just been able to find it. I have never seen it in a toy store. I just happened to be in a pharmacy, and lo and behold, there it was, just sitting on a shelf. So I scooped him up, and while he is pretty cool in a translucent way, and I like the way that he's molded, I just don't like the color. I feel like they should have made him green because that is the Zippleback color, but for some reason, they made him yellow, and he just kind of looks like a lemon. For ages 4 and up, Barf and Belch by SpinMaster. And it looks like they changed the symbol for the Hideous Zippleback. And this is the back. These are the figures that were released during this distribution. As you can see, there is one picture of the Racing Stripe Monstrous Nightmare. Kind of surprised that they didn't put the Racing Stripe Toothless on there. This is the Lemon Zippleback, and they had a purple Thunder Drum. And SpinMaster, I absolutely love your minifigures, but why do you have to make this one yellow? Well, in any case, it's time to take a closer look at the Lemon Zippleback. And yes, I am going to continuously call him the Lemon Zippleback. Okay, this is Lemon Zippleback out of the box. He's held in with one elastic. It is a clear elastic, so you can't really see it, but it is wrapped around his tail and his head, or the second head. And he looks like he's going to be doing a ring of fire. They have a larger Action Dragon version of this that I believe comes in orange as well as green. And let's take a look at him even closer out of the plastic carton. Well, that was a little harder to get out of the package than I thought. I have to admit, he's very painty smelling, which is really weird considering that there is pretty much no paint on this except for his eyes and his teeth. And the feeling of the figure compared to the other ones, it's got a really weird texture to it that I kind of really don't like. It's kind of like sticky, but not sticky. Not sure if that really makes any sense, but I really don't like the feeling of this figure. I feel like if there's dust around, he's just going to get sticky with dust and ew. Just not a good feeling. I like that the wings are transparent, and I like that he's transparent, but I really wish they had made him green, or at least colored him with paint. I think he's cute, and it's adorable that he's chewing on his tail like that, like little baby Zippleback. This is him from the front, and you can see the lines going down his stomach. And you can kind of see that there is some scaling work done along his body. A little bit of shaping there. If the light hits it just right. His scales and horns. I feel like if I threw this it should light up or something, but pretty sure it doesn't do that. And his legs. Again, the sculpt is really adorable, and I like the pose. It's very different from the rest of the figures, but I kind of hope that they re-release this figure painted or just different in some way. Maybe using a different plastic at least. And this is the Spiral Lemon Zippleback. In the comments below, tell me what you guys think of the Lemon Zippleback. The Funko Mystery figure next. This came from the Funko Mystery Minis blind boxes. Not too much of a sculpt to him, but he does have a lot of paintwork. And I'm actually pretty surprised about how sharp they made the horns on his head. That is pretty sharp, and when I took him out of the package, You kind of knew right away which one it was because these were sticking out of the black baggie. The age range for this toy, it doesn't actually say right out on the box. There is a little face that says not for ages 0 to 3, so I guess it's 4 and up, but again, because of the spikiness of it, it seems like this would be inappropriate for anybody under maybe the age of 6 or 7. Just for safety's sake. Plus, it's not a toy, as stated at the very bottom of the box. So I'm kind of surprised that on the box they don't really mark it properly. His head does not move. And this is the Funko Mystery Mini Zippleback. And just a quick look at the other figures you could collect in the series. I do have all of them except for Skull Crusher, but those will be reviewed another time. Now, on to the Funko Pop Zippleback figure. And this is the Movies Edition Funko Pop for How to Train Your Dragon 2's Barf and Belch. Let's take a closer look at the packaging. For ages 14 plus, which is kind of surprising considering the age range for a lot of the other figures that they have. Number 99 in the Pop Movies series, and there are 6 figures in all to collect, 7 if you count the Racing Stripe Walmart exclusive Toothless, which I have reviewed, so take a look in my Funko playlist or my How to Train Your Dragon playlist. I believe that there might have also been a variant of Astrid that glowed in the dark. Now it's time to free this dragon. From his packaging, of course. Again, these Funko Pops are really easy to take out of the packaging. Just slide the plastic container out, pop the top, and you have your Hideous Zippleback. So this is Barf and Belch. I have a few paint issues with this. It looks like somebody took a paintbrush and just painted on the bottoms of their chins. You can see the brush strokes pretty clearly. Not sure if it's going to show up on camera, but you can pretty much see the brush strokes. It's got paint on his teeth and smudged all around the top of his horn and on that horn right there, kind of like that as well. They have an interesting dry feel to them. It's like a different plastic than the rest of the body. The heads do move, surprisingly, and they're really, really loose. So they can stare at each other. This one looks so happy. This one looks really angry at his brother or sister. And they can kind of turn that way, but then their scales get in the way. And the nice scale pattern on the back. I like that they added this paint job to them. And it's also different paint job from head to head. It's not the same exact pattern. And as I'm moving him, he seems to be making a sound. It seems that I have a rattle dragon. Can you hear that? That weird rattling noise? I wonder what might be in his head. Kind of reminds me of the Mystery Mini Hiccup that I have. He also makes that rattling noise, that like there's something loose in his head. Kind of weird, Funko. I mean, I guess it might be little loose bits of plastic, but why is there little loose bits of plastic in his head? Shouldn't it be hollow all the way through? Does that mean he might be broken and maybe his head isn't supposed to turn like that? I don't know. If anybody else has these figures in the comments below, let me know. Does yours make a noise? Does it rattle? Do your heads turn? Or do they not move at all? Are they stiff, tight on the body? Because these move pretty easily. And this is my Barf and Belch Funko Pop figure. Pretty cool. So this is my small collection of Hideous Zippleback figures of the Funko Mystery Mini or the SpinMaster minifigure. Which one do you like more? I'll have a side-by-side comparison and let me know what you guys think. Do you like the Funko version better, or do you like the SpinMaster version better? Did any of you guys do the Hatch Your Own Dragon? Which dragons did you guys get? Don't forget to let me know in the comments below. Also, make sure you like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Tumblr and Instagram. And until next time, Dragon Riders,